And this week, in our continuing series on Subaru, how about a Forester Sport? If you're anything like me, you're hard put to find the difference between this and any other Forester, and indeed, there's not a huge bit of difference. It's mainly a little bit of lippy and some eyeshadow, but for me, it's a little bit less luxurious, especially once we get inside. Meanwhile, on the outside, you get a touch of orange in the front, a blacked out grille, some black around the headlights, and these rather menacing looking black wheels. Also along the side, another touch of orange to match the orange up here in the roof rack. Around the back, this looks like pretty much every other Forester. I quite like the speckly paint here at the top of the window. It makes this window look a little bit bigger. But at the end of the day, $41,990 is the price for a car that I can't see has much more than the cars that are of a lower price. Just to let you know that you've spent a little bit more money, there's a sports badge. Of course, the door is electric and there's a button there to close and another one to lock. And inside, there's some accessory hooks, a release switch on either side for the second row, and a power outlet. And except for the power outlet, the other side is exactly the same. The luggage cover, of course, you can take out if you wish, but look, just leave it in place, it doesn't rattle. And the seats go down 60/40. And the thing I like most about Subaru is the doors open nice and wide. That's almost 90 degrees, allowing you to just step in like this. That was probably the easiest step in I've made in a long time. Now I've got the front seat set for me, and look how much space there is for my knees. It's a mountain, and my feet fit easily under the seat in front. There's a map pocket and a place for your mobile phone, and some USB power outlets and some vents. And there is a decent amount of headroom, despite the fact that this car does come with an enormous sunroof. But one of the things that this car's got is this fabric, which Subaru says is water resistant. I'm not quite sure what Subaru thinks that its buyers are going to be doing in their cars, but nonetheless, it is waterproof. Perhaps they're thinking of people in wetsuits. There's clubs for that, so I'm told. In the front, you also get little touches of orange all over the place. Here around the vents, some orange stitching, this rubbery sort of feeling fabric. And the other thing that I'm not fussed on with this particular model of Subaru, and this was all Subarus prior to the brand new Outback, is the infotainment system, which consists of a smaller LCD here in the driver's binnacle, an upper smaller LCD display, and the main LCD display down here with this kind of piano black surround. You can see how bright that is. And on an afternoon like this, that's going to get right into your eyes the second sun is behind. But that's not my biggest bitch. My biggest bitch is the fact that there's settings in all three places, and you've got to remember where that setting is if you want to change it. In the Outback, it's all in one area. Up here is where the driver recognition system is, and that will recognize you as a person and set all of the settings to you, change the seats and the mirrors and so forth. And it's in this screen up there, and you have to get to it with the info button, which scrolls through the information. And then you've got to hold your mouth just the right way so that the damn thing works. You can see the driver's display is just as per normal, and the center console holds the view button, which is the surround camera. Plus it's got the drive controls for the modes. They're mainly off-road, of course, as you can see, normal, dirt and snow, mud and snow, and the seat heating, auto vehicle hold, which is the brake hold in traffic, and the electric handbrake. There's dual zone climate control, and the rest is pretty normal stuff up here in the main screen. Of course, that is a touch screen. First of all, let me read to you, so I don't leave anything out, exactly what this car has in it. 18-inch alloy wheels, LED front fog lights with black surround, black coloured front grille, front, side and rear guards with orange highlight, roof rails with orange inserts, exterior sports badging and electric sunroof. Inside, it's got the water repellent cloth grey trim, orange highlights around the air vent and shift panel, orange interior stitching, piano black surround for the armrest cup holders, chrome look edge for the power window switches, internal rear gate lamp and cargo room lamp. We're good for 136 kilowatts and 239 newton meters. Doesn't sound like a lot, and indeed it's not. The all-wheel drive system is probably really handy. Now you can see that in front I've got a bunch of headroom. A bunch. This car feels much, much bigger than what it actually is. And the other thing is the symmetrical all-wheel drive makes the car feel very sturdy. So it's spacious and it sits on the road well. The suspension is unbelievably soft. It's very soft, which gives it a brilliant ride. But handling, though it's good, is very lazy. Going around these corners, it's sticking to the road. There's a little bit of body roll, but we're not on a racetrack, we're on a public road. And you'd probably appreciate that soft suspension once you get onto a pothole mud track. There is SI drive, which gives the CVT automatic a little bit of extra pep. The new platform gives Subaru a lot of flexibility when it comes to drivetrains. So they could theoretically go full electric. That's my bag sliding around in the back. Now you can see on this road, the steering is light, very light, but it's responsive. And I think when we went to the launch of this car, I was particularly impressed with the fact that it sat on the road so well on any surface, nothing seemed to upset it, nothing. Brakes, they feel sharp without feeling like they're going to plant your face in the windscreen. And that brings me neatly to all the safety gear, which is a lot. It's got Subaru's Eyesight, which uses these things up here, which are stereo cameras. And it looks forward, it looks down the road, and it's looking for obstacles, pedestrians, people, cyclists, and so forth. So that it will chuck out the anchors and try and stop you. Now, it'll also do it in reverse with a radar in the back bumper. But at the end of the day, most people don't care. They don't care about safety, and they certainly won't pay extra for it. But one good thing I do like about Japanese cars, all Japanese cars, is the indicators are on the correct side. Oh my God, I'm following a Jaguar F-Type at 20 kilometers an hour in a beautiful round tight bend. What are you doing? What are you doing? Absolute. And now we're on the highway at 110. This is the fastest you can go on a public road in Australia. And it does this very well. This is your weekend tourer. You can go wherever you like during the week, and you can take this car on the weekend, and you can go for a picnic and go into the country, whatever. And while you're doing it, you're going to be doing it in safety. There's active cruise control, so I've just turned that on, and now I'm at a set distance from the car in front, which I can change with the up and down arrows. There's also lane management, and that will use the electric steering to keep you centered in the lane. Again, that's using the Eyesight cameras and other sensors around the car. But there is one thing about Subaru that I find a little bit annoying. It's like they've gotten to that last hurdle and then fallen over. There's no heads-up display in any Subaru. There are a series of LEDs in front of me though to show me various things. There's a green one to show me that the car's acquired a car in front, but I can see that because I'm looking out the windscreen. That car pulled out in 110 zone at 80. This is fairly economical on fuel. I'm not that far above the claim fuel consumption figure of 7.3 litres per 100 kilometres. I think the thing to note about this Forester and all other Subarus, even the STI, is they don't shout, "Look at me." And they do what they do very, very well. Subaru has always been a really great prospect, not just for singles and families, but for anyone wanting all-wheel drive and a way to get away on those weekends. If you've liked the film, hit like, leave a comment, but above all, just there to subscribe.